Hello pretty people, so today I am going to be doing a comparison. It's basically, I'm calling it the eyebrow showdown. Basically I'm going to be finding my favourite brow powders, brow pencils and brow gels and waxes, and I have a runner-up for both. So I actually have all of my winners and such on at the moment. So yeah, let's get started, and yeah, like I said, we're going to show you which ones are best. So let's have fun. So I'm using the thinnest brush first. And I'm not getting a lot of coverage with the thinnest brush, so I'm going in with a brush with slightly stiffer bristles. So the first one was the 31T from Inglot, and this is the Eco Tools angled eyeliner brush. And that gives a bit more definition. And then I am going to take the Real Techniques brow brush and see, how much more that'll fill in. So then on the other eye, I am using this is from Inglot. This is the brow powder in 559. And using the same brushes in order. This one gives a bit more definition with the smallest brush, but no coverage in the tail. This one gives a bit more coverage in the tail and in the sides, so I'm just going to fill the rest in. Okay, coverage wise, out of these two, I prefer this one. Okay, and I've got two more brow powders. So on this brow, I'm going to be using the Australis Oh Hey Brow kit. And I'll be using this darker colour, because I find the blonde or lighter one is a little bit too light. With that brush, there's not a lot of coverage, so I'm going to be going to my next one. And doesn't, gives a little bit of definition. And even this one gives it a bit of a tail at the end. For this one, this brush is best because it's probably best for coverage rather than definition. And then I'm just going to clean those brushes off and go to my fourth powder. And this is from the Morphe Brushes 8 Brow palette. And it comes with 2 waxes on the end. With that one, I didn't really get much product at all, so I'm going on to my next one. Okay, that one I didn't get a lot of product at all. So, pencils next. Okay. You can see that this is well used. This is from the Body Shop. And basically anything that will fill out that gappy area right in there. I did have my brows threaded the other day, and you still couldn't fix that, so. Okay, that one, I love the coverage. and it'll look good with just a little bit of extra powder in it. I've done it pretty thick only to cover up that extra little piece. The next one I'm using is the Eyebrows Crown from MAC in Lingering. Okay, my verdict between these two is that this one, the MAC, I think looks a little bit more natural, whereas this one looks a bit more waxy. I do like right on the end how you can see that you can, because the pencil's so pigmented, it's easy to draw a nice, you know, tail if your brows stop short, which mine do. But yeah, I do like this one, so I'll test my other ones and then I'll make a decision on that. Okay, on this brow, I'm going to be using the Natio Precision Brow Marker, and it's kind of like a texture. Okay, so this actually does provide fairly good coverage. The only thing I don't like about it too much is that it is quite watery. But I guess it makes it look a little bit more natural. And my fourth one is from Essence, and it is the Eyebrow Enhancer. Okay, so here, I'm not getting a lot of pigment, but it is quite waxy. I think the best thing about it being waxy is that it will hold it down, but the thing is you can see it later. And if you want to be putting powder through it, the powder always kind of clings to it weird and you can see the wax through it. But I can draw a bit of a tail in it, but it's not as precise, I found, as you can't make it as precise as the Body Shop pencil. Okay, you can see where I've been rubbing heaps and where my foundation isn't. So I'm going to be starting off with the Illamasqua Precision Brow Gel, which I've recently picked up and I quite like it, so I'm going to put it against other waxes. They'll be from Inglot, Australis and Morphe. The next wax or gel I will be using is the one from the Australis Hey Brow palette. And I am using my thinnest brushes for this because of obviously precision. Okay. This has a little bit of coverage. So I'm going to change brushes and see what it looks like with Okay, the next wax I'm going to be using, this is the brow shaping pencil from Inglot, and it's in shade 63 and it looks like that. And I can see already, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you can see already that it's holding them down. And it doesn't provide any colour really, but we'll see how it looks with powder through it. Okay, that is tremendously waxy. It is hard to get a colour build up in there. So I am just going to clean those brushes quickly. Alright, so the thing about this one is that you can actually see the wax through it. Yes, I think the other one is more of a clear one, but I'm yet to try that. I'm just doing this for, it'd be the same formula, but I don't like that you'd be able to see it. You can see it going on, so I'm just going to try the powder. Okay, so I have created a look based on using all of my winning products, and I do have a winner and a runner-up for each. So basically I am going to, so I started off with powders, and basically my favorite powders were from, this is the Inglot brow powder in 559, and its runner-up was the Oh Hey brow powder. I used this middle one, the darker shade. I'm not usually a big fan of Australis, but I've loved this palette, and I love their matte lipstick, the matte liquid lip color or whatever it's called. Velour Lips. Matte lip cream is what it's called. Yeah, totally off topic, but they're great products from there, and they're affordable prices and vegan if you're into that. So they're my favorite. So one and this runner up. Pencils, I'm loving MAC's Lingering Eyebrows pencil. Is more of a crown, so it's kind of waxy, but it gives nice pigment. And if you like a darker option, well, obviously you can get it in the shade you want, but you can see how well used it is because I like it so much. This is from the Body Shop, and it's shade 3. It's the brow definer in dark brown. And for gels and waxes, I have so more of a gel rather than a wax. This is the Illamasqua Precision Brow Gel, and it's great. She actually told me it was sheer, and it's not sheer at all, which I really like it gives a nice color. And the wax that I like best is also from the Australis palette, and that's this one here. And a honourable mention to the Morphe Brushes wax. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but because you could actually see the wax going in, but once I put the powder down, it actually held nicely, and when I ran my finger through it, it held it nicely. Held the shape and it held the hairs down. I usually, I trim my brows fairly short for that reason, so that it is held down nicely. So they are my winners and things. So I would love to do more Showdown videos. Yeah, so I hope you got some insight and hope you had fun watching this. And yeah, let me know what you think about these kind of comparison videos. Yeah, so that's all I've got to say. Have a wonderful day and stay classy, kids.